Fanny didn't fuck badly, just didn't fuck how the director wanted her to fuck. He said, I'll get someone in to fuck instead, and you can pretend you're being fucked and just make fucking noises or something. Or was it that the director didn't mind her fucking, it was just that her noises weren't rhythmical enough, didn't sound the way those noises should, or something. Something like that. Or it was both. The making of the fuck noises and the fuck movements that had Fanny thinking that she couldn't do anything right and may as well give up on life itself, seeing she was so utterly useless at fucking. The director told Fanny to try some other professions, that not everyone can fuck in public. That's why most just do it alone or privately with others who can't fuck, and eventually when they realise how hopeless they both are at fucking, they stop trying to fuck to be like those who have really great fucking techniques, who get annoyed by amateurs and people who shouldn't ever attempt to fuck, who experts shouldn't have to fuck with to show the bad fuckers how to fuck. Fanny asked, why can't I fuck? I just have different methods. Fucking, the director repeated. Fucking is not for everyone. Best that you do something else and forget ever attempting to fuck again. And Fanny thought, fuck. I hate fucks who think they're so fucking great that they know everything about fucking when they're just fucking fucks fucking. And no one changes the world when they keep fucking to another fuck. Out to deflower Jane Austen. Some like their heritage, but we're not all proud of those colours and the memories they open up. Perpetuation of something within when those lines that sting a memory of times I was under them, not able to be or say what my instincts drove and screamed at me as if I was them, because I had to deny what was said to be my own undoing and keep sage in the capsule of others' belief that they knew better than me, knew me better than I knew myself, like an arrogant suitor out to deflower Jane Austen of her dignified position and expose her writings to shame her sex, to put her in her place, to label her as wrong, those who want to shame and shut me down for the things they do to me when they say words that are insulting and dangerous, that my words are insulting and dangerous, and that I should at least try medication I've had forced on me over a 14-year period. Those who say that deny my voice. They scream out lines that were used on them to make them submit to an authority gone wrong. They remind me of a girlfriend who would tell me her sufferings at the hands of nasty men. Then one day when I said how I wasn't enjoying sex with the fellow I was with, that girlfriend said, stop complaining or you end up a fat, lonely old lesbian. I don't take her test anymore. I don't lie down for more punishment. I see it as the unthinking thing it was that probably had been done to her so many times she couldn't fight it off without feeling that slap in the tone, repeating and repeating. This is known to wear people down. It's an old brainwashing technique. But while others' lines threaten my body into shaking fear, I beat my hand drum for well over an hour. And that weighted line that triggered an upset in me is put into something fine. Not a Jane Austen novel, but then that wouldn't suffice. I've heard scary things. So I want to listen to scary sounding music that doesn't threaten what I love, rather defends it. Why Maguire should be put in the psych ward. The colonisers' farts have odours that smell better, much better, because people are used to what colonisers say and can stomach making sense of that gas, apparently. That's why they're listened to and given power. Rip straight into them, those bastards who took and are still taking what is not rightly theirs to have, the public's esteem. Shred them, make them gone, speak of how things should be, and get the population to recognise how wrong it is to defend the verbal abuse that puts a gun to the face of victims of genocide, accused through phrenology, eugenics, psychiatry, public welfare, safety, and care. Strip the act where fighting back has been turned into a crime, where trying to verbalise this has been turned into mental illness. What do you do when you can't win the public esteem because those in authority say you don't make as much sense as the good farts of your abusers? And you hear them, those threats verbalised again and again in a sneer of indifference and cliquey logic, marginalising and marginalising. Anger is held in with a sigh. Hope is lost of being given a turn of having a position like that, to say what needs to be said as the indefensible is excused, while your job and contribution is seen as only existing through the goodness of fat charity that will place its mushy pea plate on you when you hope to get a newspaper article written about your insightful work that is not recognised because of the wonderful farts the coloniser does to cologne the public, who apply this odour liberally, defending themselves when the stench gives a passer-by an asthma attack, defending their wrongs, puffing up their chests and beating out their colonisers' songs. Me, look at me, mine, you go and mine for me. Think of yourself as a ball being kicked while others are having a ball at your expense. But no one's struggling for you. Your existence is an abstraction. The ball is the focus. You're not a coloniser's cologne, so you're just nonsense. That illogic. Rip straight into them, those bastards who took and are still taking what is not rightly theirs to have, the public's esteem. Shred them, make them gone, threaten them with what your government threatens you with. Torture has been made legal so easily. Make them fear for their lives like they have made you fear. Make their gun in your face backfire when people like Eddie McGuire say what they do. Make that gun backfire and put Eddie McGuire in the psych ward. Tell him he's a malfunction, that he doesn't seem to have the capacity to work, that people are not interested in his story, that he should have been aborted, that he must not have children, that he can't use heavy machinery, that he needs to be tranquilised and made manageable, that everything he says is wrong and he's incapable of making informed consent, that he doesn't have the right to vote, that he must comply with being subject matter for psychiatric research, must comply, or treatment gets worse.
must comply or treatment gets worse. Fair's fair, so let him be cared for properly. That poor man and his pomp of followers who can't help but fart out abuse. He is a danger to himself and others when he's running loose. I'm reading from Coal Fire Cream. I'll be launching this at the Dan O'Connell Hotel on July 26, 2 p.m. That's a Saturday. Please come along. Love you to be there.
Yes!